Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Connection Esports Arena. We are finally back after that Thanksgiving break, and I am real glad to be here alongside my casting partner tonight, Connor. Glad to have you.
So happy to be here. My stomach is extra full after our Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, had some good food?
Yeah, I hope you did too. I hope everyone watching had a good Thanksgiving break. But we are going to go back at it with some Smash kicking us off here.
Yep, we're right in the middle of playoffs here, getting into semi-finals for NECC Smash here. SNHU Yellow going to be going up against Fisher Northeast, so this is going to be a solid game. Of course, you know, I don't think I need to say anything more about Fisher as a esports school than I already have throughout this semester so far. Very much one of the stronger competitors, not only in New England as a region, but the country.
Yeah, it's one you're, generally looking out for. I mean, everyone's kind of heard of Fisher before, and these are semis, so this is kind of a really big deal for both of these teams here. It's kind of the make or break right now because we're in playoffs, right? So you lose this, you get eliminated. So both these teams are, fighting for the title right now. And do you know who we are starting off with for our player?
Well, conveniently. Almost as if we planned it.
Uh-huh.
I do.
Okay.
I do know who we are playing and what they will be playing. We are going to be starting off with Quackers on the Pokemon Trainer. I personally think that that's a really, really solid pick to start things off with just because of Pokemon Trainer's versatility. I don't know if you disagree with that, but...
Right, yeah. I mean, Pokemon Trainer has those, 3 characters in one, basically. So a lot of versatility and really going into whatever character you want to pick into it, it's probably got pretty good chances against most of them. Whereas other characters definitely have a really hard, struggle against certain characters, where Pokemon Trainer probably only has a few limited ones that I can list off the top of my head.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, it's kind of weird because Pokemon Trainer can sometimes be kind of flowcharty in that, you send out Squirtle at low percent, Ivysaur at mid percent, Charizard at high percent. But that said, it doesn't have to follow that format. And where we are at in the season right now with the stakes being so high, making sure that you're taking the best possible matchups at every opportunity is so critical in this crew battle format, because if you're able to get that early lead, it can start to snowball further and further down the line.
Yeah. And like you said, in the crew battle format, how that works is you have each player has 3 stocks, right? And when they lose those 3 stocks, they'll get knocked out of the kind of bracket there. But the rest of them get to play the remaining stocks against that same player's stock. So they keep the amount of stocks they have, right?
Yep. Each team has a pool of, I believe, 12 stocks total. It's going to be best of 3, unless I'm mistaken, which I don't think I am. I'm fairly confident on that one. So it's not over until it's over. But we have an interesting pick coming out from Fisher here, starting off with a Mega Man, which is very much an unconventional pick, I would say, but I'm kind of excited to see it. I don't know the last time I've seen Mega Man in a competitive context, but we're going to be getting right into this here.
Doesn't he have a reflector and everything?
He's got a lot of really interesting tools.
So much utility. Like, he has a displacement, a bunch of throwables, and a projectile as well. So definitely an interesting character, and like I said, there's just a lot going to be going on the screen, I feel like, with Mega Man on it.
No, absolutely. Buttons are being pressed left and right now. Blitz Luigi just sending out these projectiles, setting up the iron curtain, so to speak, not letting Quackers get any kind of purchase here, just not trying to get anything too drastic right now, just looking for that early poke damage. Might start to get a bit of a combo going here now that Quackers is off stage, but not able to punish the get up here. Just Quacker's not really able to find a way in right now.
Yeah, Blitzy Luigi's going to take 6% there, though. The first percent going to come out on the board for him. He's just doing a really good job of, like you said, setting down this really defensive wall that Quackers is having a difficult time getting through right now.
Yeah, look at the angles on the neutral B there, and that's a great catch with the forward smash. Gets that first stock out immediately, and the pressure's on even further. That tether grab coming in clutch, but this leaf shield that Mega Man has is coming in even more clutch for Blitz Luigi. It's being used as a defensive option, it's being used as an approach tool, it's being used as just a shield whenever Quackers is able to get that metal blade.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing with the metal blade and the leaf shield there, is that both of them are able to eat those hitboxes from Quackers that he's throwing out right now. So that's another hard part of actually trying to get in there, but it looks like he is managing to close the distance here. We're gonna loop him into this combo here, get him off edge. Maybe it's his turn to try to play back here, but Mega Man, Blitzy Luigi with that bomb is just another tricky utility you gotta watch out for there.
Yeah, absolutely. Quackers able to dodge the forward smash on stage. The pressure was there, but Quackers finally starting to get a little bit of momentum here now that Blitz Luigi is not in complete control of the stage. Was able to get about 80% racked up there, but it's still not looking optimal for Quackers here. I mean, you gotta find some big move to take this stock now, because otherwise you're gonna be in a really, really rough spot at 119. That up air could have done it, but able to be avoided by Blitz Luigi. And here come the up air strings, and only needed one. Back on out to the Charizard here. Decides to elect for the Squirtle here. Let's see if this time Squirtle can get a little bit more work done.
And he might be able to get in there being a little bit faster and smaller than those other two of the cast right now, but Quackers is managing to get in there. I can imagine the frustration on his face as he throws those saws away when he picks them up, though. But just getting them off the stage is exactly what you need to do, and we've seen him do that a couple times now. Even like attacking it before it hits the ground there is an excellent way of dealing with the tempo that Blitzy Luigi creates with it. But off the stage there,
yeah, that's the up air. Doesn't kill, but gives Quackers a little bit more purchase on stage. But again, that leaf shield being such a great approach option for Mega Man, not allowing Quackers to really hit anything. At this point, it's the desperate Charizard switch. Has to find something, catches the back air, and that's finally a stock for Quackers taken off. Blitz Luigi now sitting at 2, and finally Quackers
combo.
Able to get a nice little combo there, racking up 40%. That is the first real combo Quackers has been able to get out there. Very, very dangerous spot to be playing in right now into this Mega Man. That up tilt probably would have killed at this percent, but Quackers dodging expertly and really turning up the gas right now.
Yeah, and I like the kind of just active, proactive hitboxes that Quackers is throwing out there, just in the air, being able to just create a little bit more pressure, because if Blitzy Luigi's denied space, it's just a lot more helpful for him, but that's going to be the first stock down there from Yellow. They are going to lose one crew stock.
Yeah, Quackers gets a little bit of momentum on the tail end there, but not able to secure that secondary stock. It's a little bit unfortunate for whoever ends up coming up next for SNHU, but you can't really let that hamper your mental right now. It's still very, very early in this game.
Yeah, and I feel like with the that percentage there, it might be a little bit disheartening, because you get Blitzy Luigi to like 100% there, and then it kind of just goes back to 0, because you can't really replicate that in a crew battle. But it's also something that you kind of have to play around. So we saw Blitzy Luigi in the middle of that set kind of just kick it into overtime once he got to those 2 stocks down. It's kind of like his signal to kind of press on the gas there. And I feel like we saw a lot more of his guard drop there versus like the beginning of the round when he was just, completely zoning with the amount of projectiles that he had up.
Right. I think really for the key to success for SNHU Yellow right now is you just have to send out someone that is going to be able to close the gap. Because once that gap was closed, once Quackers was able to get in, he was kind of going a little bit crazy with those combos, getting a lot of percent racked up, putting a lot of pressure on, especially with those Ivy Sword up airs. Such a dangerous move there. So really, it's just about not getting completely hard zoned out all game. which is kind of easier said than done. But
Yeah, and like you said, easier said than done, especially with Mega Man being your opponent there, because the Leaf Shield, like, just sometimes is so hard to get
Dude.
through.
that move, I had a brief stint in Smash 4 that I wanted to play Mega Man, and I never used Leaf Shield, but seeing it used like that, it's gonna make me reconsider. Apparently, I mean, man, it was so good too. Because what I noticed was the Leaf Shield was always sent out when Quackers had that Mega Man saw that ended up on stage, tried to use that projectile to gain a little bit of space. The Leaf Shield would go out, get thrown out as a projectile, and would completely nullify it, meaning that. Wow, it's great. You were able to get a Mega Man neutral B into your hands, but
Yeah.
you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, and at a certain point after, trial and failure of, throwing those saws through the Leaf Shield, we, saw Quackers just start chucking those saws off the stage, just, left and right as soon as he could get his hands on them. But going into this next crew setup here, what do you think?
I mean, what I have heard is we have Toucan Sam coming in. I saw him go into the other room there, and he's known for playing that hero there. So if Lady Luck is on his side today, that could be pretty clutch. We've seen some pretty silly hero plays come out from Hero, conveniently enough. But,
Yeah.
I mean, Hero just... You gotta read. That's what sways me off of him. I'm a game art major. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all that reading.
You got to look down that list, and
And you can't top shelf it because there's always the threat of kamikaze going on the top move, and then you just lose a stock. But if things go in Toucan Sam's favor in terms of those crits that can come out on the smash attacks, in terms of a good luck with that down special, getting some good moves to come out, I think this could be a really interesting mix-up. Obviously, I'm expecting Fisher Northeast has done their homework and probably expecting this pick, but still, I think you can only do so much preparation against the hero.
Exactly. I mean, like you said, there's just a lot of variability that comes out from this character.
Dude's entire kit is RNG based.
Yeah, and you can't really prepare against that. But I feel like one of the things that we might see in this matchup is Hero kind of likes to play the same way that Mega Man was kind of at the start, just kind of being really campy and zony. Because if Hero can get that time to actually play like that, then he can definitely have a pretty fun time on the stage. I feel like,
because let's think about some of the spells that Hero has that can just come out, snooze, completely puts your opponent to sleep. That's a free punish. That might lead into a crit. That could probably kill at 0, depending on where you are on stage.
Yeah.
Bounce would be so clutch in this matchup, nullifying any projectiles that Blitz Luigi brings out. I mean, a Psych Up just will deal so much damage. I really think that this is a very interesting pick. The footstool with the invincibility up. We are ready to go. And already, like you said, just looking for those. Oh my goodness! Gets hit out of the Magic Burst. Toucan Sam has no mana points right now. Has to find a way to close the gap to regenerate some of those.
Yeah, and now you've really got to try to step up this offense here. Blitzy Luigi looking for just not giving Toucan Sam any space right now. Just really trying to let up on that gas pedal, I feel like. I think, not getting him his MP back is going to be the way to win this matchup right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a crucial resource. The bounce was up, but not able to let it rip in time. That would have been so clutch, really nullified Blitz Luigi's game plan there, but just it's so tough when you're so low on mana because you can't really fish for those great options. Starting to get a little bit better here, but there's so much pressure on Toucan Sam right now. Has barely any shield, has to find some way to get this mana back, but Blitz Luigi is playing so well, so aggressive, and taking all of this stage space. I mean, it's real tough. Toucan Sam, though, able to make it back to stage.
And taking a look at the spells that he has right now, he did have Kamikaze a second ago, but I think he was mainly looking for kind of buff up before he got back to that stage there, but he is going to get sent off there. And now it's going to be 2 stocks left here from Toucan Sam. And Blitzy Luigi rocking the 11% right now is going to just prove to be one tough cookie to crack right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was really hoping that Toucan Sam was going to be able to get that bounce off the invincibility platform because, again, that really nullifies Blitz Luigi's game plan here because it's so revolving around these projectiles. If you have that bounce up, they're a non-factor for a good chunk of time, but Toucan Sam really just isn't able to find much. Sends out the Thwack as a Hail Mary, but ends up rolling into that near, full charge forward smash. Doesn't have a lot of options here.
He put the bomb on him in invincibility, and then by the time it went off, he was out. That's just the kind of preparation that he puts into his game plan right now.
The spike!
Oh my god. Blitzy Luigi going crazy right now.
I think that is a wild understatement. The skin, I'm just realizing now, I don't know how I didn't pick up on it any earlier. That skin's real fitting with how much he uses that leaf shield.
Well, he's also Blitzy Luigi, so he's green. Luigi's green.
Oh, I was wondering where you were going with that.
Yeah, so
I got there in the end.
He's got the whole green theme going on right now. It's a little bit scary. I don't know if I like it that much right now.
There's too much coordination.
Too much, yeah.
There's a lot of thought happening right there. I just pick my skins based on which one looks coolest, and that's not Mega Man's coolest looking skin. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he knew that it'd take us this long to figure it out, so he was like, I gotta perform and put on the most screen time so that the casters can actually recognize my kind of color scheme going on right now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just picked up.
I'm sure that's his mindset.
Yeah.
Now. But I mean, it's what do I say other than it's just tough. Playing into a good Mega Man is I feel like, and as someone who has not played into a really good Mega Man, I'm saying this completely without any experience, that's got to be just like soul-crushingly oppressive.
It's got to be so annoying. Like just trying to get in must just be so rough. And
speaking of so annoying, I've heard that we have a Ness coming through NordVPN, stepping up to the plate.
Okay.
No disrespect, Ness can be pretty sick, but Ness is another one of those characters that kind of has a bit of a reputation for being lame, because he does have just so many projectiles there. It's kind of a similar situation as with Mega Man, but those projectiles, a little bit different. Obviously, that PK Fire will set you up for so many combos. Difference is, Ness has some really, really solid kill throws.
Yeah, Ness, I mean, you got to watch out for that because I feel like he's usually putting on a lot of pressure with his aerials, right? I mean, he's coming out of the air with those aerials and he's going to land, hopefully a little bit plus and then put you into that block stun, and you got to react pretty quickly. You got to be like, is he going to throw out that throw or is he going to, try for more pressure, because he can eat a lot of percentage there, especially at high percentage, where he'll kind of just get you into range where the bat will just kill eventually. But
and you mentioned the bat, which is a really great point. I wanted to mention that has a reflector hitbox.
The bat does?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
For why?
Because it's a baseball bat. You're hitting.
Oh, you're hitting the projectile.
Yeah, you're hitting the projectile back. So
that makes so much sense.
Full disclosure, I don't expect that to be a major factor in this upcoming game. But that said, if you're able to reflect one of those leaf shields back at Blitz Luigi, it might make him reconsider using that so often.
Yeah, he has the reflector that gives him percentage back too, as well.
Yeah, but I don't know if that actually works for any of the projectiles. That it'll work for the side B.
Yeah,
the side B will get absorbed there. But we are just about ready to get into game. Let's stop the speculating. Let's just see where we're at. Tough hill to climb here for SNHU Yellow, but not out of the game just yet. Let's see the pre-game ritual. Is there going to be another footstool? No.
No, not footstool.
No fun.
No fun. Ruining all the fun here. It's kind of the moment of truth to actually figure out if the reflector works on the side B.
Yep, the side B explosion hitboxes will get absorbed by Ness down B, but I believe everything else is going to go through that. Maybe that up B, but otherwise, Ness really doesn't have a lot of responses to these projectiles other than the baseball bat, believe it or not. A lot of damage being racked up very, very, very early onto NordVPN here, sitting at 88%. Might try to get a little bit more there, but is ending up getting punished there by BlitzLuigi.
He was trying to use that the reflector on the bomb again, but we saw BlitzLuigi time out a hitbox pretty perfectly with that to prevent him from actually going through with that. So I would just take the bomb and run.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, look at the movement that BlitzLuigi has on those when he's using that leaf shield aggressively. Gets that kill there, but next time we see BlitzLuigi come out with this leaf shield as an aggressive option, he'll basically circle around you to try and get as many hits off of this attack as possible. Finally, though, it looks like things are slightly starting to tilt into NordVPN's favor, able to get a decent chunk of percent there.
Did you see that dog?
Yeah, rush as a recovery method there. I don't think... Yeah, no, NordVPN not able to make it back to stage there. Great edge guarding by BlitzLuigi there. And this is just such a tough position to be in. At this point, you know, if you're NordVPN, you're probably fishing for this back throw because that's probably your best kill option right now. And if you're able to take a stock off, then you can kind of be the hero. But goes down deep, does BlitzLuigi, not able to hit the side to get that reset. And as quickly as he showed up, NordVPN headed back out. And it is one player left for SNHU Yellow here. I really gotta know, you know, how they're gonna respond to this, because this Mega Man just doesn't seem fun to play into. I could tell you that much right now.
Yeah, BlitzLuigi's just doing a really good job of being this bastion, you know, kind of the wall that he's set up from, I guess, the rest of his friends from playing the game.
I mean, it's we see this sometime with the other Fisher rosters. I believe it's the Ness player on the other Fisher squad that we've seen just kind of set up the barricade, so to speak, and now it's BlitzLuigi just not letting anything happen here. But 3 stocks can go a real long way, as we've seen thus far, obviously. So I'm not going to count anybody out just yet. I just think it's a real uphill battle at this point.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, working into this Mega Man, I feel like the matchups we have had weren't really that bad. I feel like they were, you know, not too good for Mega Man, a couple of them. But what are some that you think we could see that might prove to be a little bit more beneficial in the favor of SNHU if they do pick it?
Unfortunately for SNHU Yellow, I don't think that there are, you know, because I would think, you know, maybe you play like a Mario or something to get that cape out, have a better, you know, quick projectile reflector that can actually reflect all types of projectiles. But SNHU Yellow doesn't have Steven, so they don't have that reflector off rip. I mean, you know, we know Bobson plays that Mii Brawler. Unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with all of Mii Brawler's quirks, but I believe his kit does not have any kind of reflector. Really, what SNHU Yellow has to do right now is just force BlitzLuigi into the disadvantage, because when he's been in disadvantage, it's been a struggle for him to claw back into advantage state.
Yeah, and when you're running in, like with that leaf shield and everything, and you're at a higher percentage, it's usually going to be less favorable for you in the end if you do manage to play that risky move and actually get hit, because that could cost you a stock there.
Exactly. And we've seen, you know, I believe just about every player on this SNHU Yellow squad has at some point gotten BlitzLuigi into disadvantage state, and they were able to turn up the gas really, really fast. It's just that Mega Man's advantage state is so oppressive to play into.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we've been seeing like the entire time. Is like getting him into the disadvantage state, we've seen the stock come off of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've also seen him put into some pretty brutal combos coming out from SNHU too.
Right.
But confirming that kill afterwards is the hard part, because not only him playing from that advantage state, but also playing campy and zoning is, really oppressive as well. But our last matchup we have is Bobson on the Rob.
On the me brawler.
This is Rob.
Yeah, I get it. It's
I just want to see Rob.
dude. If you want to
The
see
Battle of the Saws.
if you want to see Rob, I think you gotta get your head checked.
Why?
That the one time we've seen a timeout on this stream is because there was a Rob in lobby. No disrespect, because
Who played Rob?
Cruss on SNHU Blue for a brief moment picked up Rob for a couple weeks, to much to the chagrin of the rest of SNHU Blue. It was putting in some work, but it's just I am a very opinionated person with my characters. I have a documented history of hating Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
Rob is another one of those characters that I don't want to see personally.
Gotta give him a chance.
He had his chance. I mean, Rob's just one of those characters, kind of campy, but not going to be seeing that here. Bobson on the Mead Brawler, pretty sick with it throughout the entirety of this season. I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to close the gap here.
Is he an accountant?
What's up?
The Me Brawler, is he looks like an accountant.
I don't know. That's a question for Bobson, not for me. I'm just here to see the action, and already Bobson able to get the first hit, which is new in this set here. Already, it seems like Blitz Luigi is kind of easing off of some of these projectiles, and it seems like Bobson is having a bit of an easier time trying to close this gap. Obviously, not easy, but definitely able to get in a lot more.
Yeah, playing that more aggressive play style like that is just going to get you what you're asking for there, and I feel like Bobson is doing a really good job of actually, penetrating the shield that Blitzy Luigi puts up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really tough ask, especially when you're the last player. You're the final hope to win game one of this set, but Bobson seems to be managing, at bare minimum, a whole lot better than the other members of SNHU Yellow, able to make it back to stage, even under a lot of pressure off stage. Meat Brawler, not someone you'd expect to be able to handle that pressure particularly well, but able to do so, ends up getting caught with a nice little forward smash, though. That is going to be one stock down for Bobson. Still, though, might be able to make something happen here with that HP reset.
Yeah, it's a little bit more pressure, and I guess, a little bit less risk going in here, but I feel like Blitzy Luigi is putting up a pretty good guard of these, hitboxes that he's just constantly throwing out right now.
Yeah,
the zoning is just real right now.
Yeah, less immediately dominant, but still just really putting up the wall. It's so difficult to play into a really good, player that has these projectiles, because what do? You have to break the wall somehow, but even if you do, you just get spiked off stage just like that. I mean, it's so tough. And Blitz Luigi is just so adept at using this shield. Gets up to 100%, just barely is able to survive there. Might get something there. The DI is just a little bit too good. The helmet might need a bit of a repair there, but there it is. Bobson able to take the second stock off of Blitz Luigi here. And this is what we were waiting for. Blitz Luigi now in the disadvantage state, looking a little bit frailer, looking a little bit weaker, able to get something back going, look for the spike, able to make it back to stage in time, not under too much threat right now. Bobson just looking for something here. Blitz Luigi, though, back into that advantage state, getting a lot of damage, a lot of shield pressure. We'll see if Bobson can respond.
Yeah, the shield pressure is really kind of what matters right now, because being able to just be able to block all of that is kind of, how you gonna try to play that. We saw a lot of damage. Those grabs, the up special coming out of that block is exactly what you want to do, but Blitzy Luigi gonna get that final stock there off of Bobson.
Yeah, that back air just comes out so quick. I believe it's unreactable. I mean, it's just a really good option off stage once Blitz Luigi has racked up that percent with those projectiles. I am so glad that I am here and I'm not playing
against the Mega Man right now.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of player that if I see that on Wi-Fi, I'm not rematching.
Yeah.
No, why?
Yeah.
Why would I subject myself to playing that? But Bobson was able to break the armor a little bit more, show that there were some signs of weakness here, and they're not out of it just yet. Game is 0-1 in favor of Fisher Northeast right now, but as we said at the top, it is a best of 3, so it's not over until it's over, and some adjustments likely going to be made in the interim between rounds here. Do you have anything in particular that you would like to see switch up from probably either side out of formality? But
so Blitzly Luigi needs to let his friends play a little bit. They need to switch them out. But I do think that SNHU, can definitely clap back here. And I feel like after, watching all their buddies play, they might have a better idea of actually how to play or kind of counter this, this specific character that they've seen a lot.
Right, because they were able to see the moments of weakness there from Blitz Luigi. It's not like, he's completely godlike and undefeatable.
No,
no one is. But it was pretty easy to see at a couple of points there. At when that Mega Man got into deep disadvantage state, I mean, the sauce was being put on, so to speak.
And he gets pretty risky too, because like walking straight into you with that leaf shield, and if you block another one of those, if he throws a hitbox out, it's basically just a rock paper scissors, because he can either grab you or he can hit you there. If you manage to block that hit, then you can come out of it with like an up special or even a grab. We've seen him grabbed out of that leaf shield before, so
yeah,
those are kind of like the weaknesses that I feel like you got to try to exploit against this specific player here, Blitzy Luigi.
I mean, absolutely. It's just really tough, though. Now that, like you said, everyone's kind of had their time they've had their time in jail, so to speak. They've seen what works, what doesn't, what adaptations are going to need to be made, and maybe they're going to be able to roll that into this next game here to even out the set a little bit. Just waiting to see who gets sent up to the plate first. I really don't know who they're going to send first, honestly.
I feel like they have good odds with the Ness and the Mii Brawler there, because the Mii Brawler is very aggressive and has the ability to really punish a lot of what Blitzy Luigi was doing before. But if they have someone that does play a little bit of Mario, I think Mario would be an excellent option.
I mean, really, at this point, this is a tempo game. I feel like whoever's going to be able to set the tempo of this first matchup is going to be heavily favored for the rest of the game and potentially the rest of the set.
Yeah, so if SNHU can kind of get their foot in the door, I feel like they'd have a lot easier time going into the rest of the set than if they, working at a bit of a disadvantage again going into the next crew setup.
Yeah, momentum is such a big part of these crew battles. It really is, I think, the biggest possible thing. Just because if you're able to roll, a player gets a couple of other players down, I mean, you're good. The rest of your team, they're happy, they're smiling, they're chilling. They're not stressing. They're not overthinking.
Yeah, but the other team now, you got to look at how it affects kind of, I feel like it's more of a mental state, because like you got to think about if you do get through this one player here, you're going to, have to go through the rest of the players that are just sitting back, and they're fresh, right? Like they're maybe even warmed up a little bit, but they're definitely not anywhere like the first player here where he might be like a stock down or two. He has 3 stocks and he's waiting for you. He's watching you play right now.
That sounds so ominous.
Yeah.
No word on what character is being played, but what I do know is that SNHU Yellow starting off on Grono. Terry for on Grono.
Ooh. Terry is a nice pick, I feel like, into this movement.
And you know what else is an interesting pick? I was almost thinking of saying that I wanted to see this tonight, but I was like, it's never going to happen. Fisher Northeast is going to be sending out the Little Mac to start us off here.
Ooh.
We're going to be seeing two basically traditional fighting game characters duke it out here. This is going to be an entertaining one. I love watching Terry. Terry's so sick.
Terry is very fun. I mean, to play, to watch, everything about Terry, because I don't know why, but I just kind of like the punchy guys that got the fire on their fists. If you got fire on your fists and you're punching, you got to be punching pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like Terry is just he's so different from the other Shoto characters, just because. Let's not even talk about Go Meter. His options are just a lot different than Ryu and Ken.
Yeah,
I mean, do we want to start the is Mario a Shoto debate right now? Or
I mean, when they're all in the same layout where they all move on a 2D axis and they all have the same amount of abilities and stuff, sure, he's a Shoto.
Fair enough. Well, Zeke Red's coming out on this Little Mac here. On Grono, coming out on the Terry. I'm interested to see. This is going to be tough for Zeke Reds. This neutral B projectile that Terry has doesn't really have any response to that. Just has to ground and pound away.
Yeah, just a real sock'em fest right now coming out from these two players, and a little bit of the usage of the shield is going to get a punish there for Grono.
Yeah, it's really tough because Little Mac hits so hard, but he dies so early, so it might not matter. That power dunk doing a lot of damage. Have to watch out for this KO punch as well, because that has some confirms into it. Terry, though, also has his comeback mechanic, the Go Meter, but doesn't even need the KO punch. Zeke Reds is able to get first blood with that up special. That is crucial because he's able to save that KO punch, gets the jab reset into the KO punch. I don't know if I've ever seen that in my life, but it was sick, and this game is moving so quick. Grono is able to get a response.
Grono firing back here is going to take a stock off of Zeke Reds there, but Zeke Reds only needs to go through one more stock here before, refreshing the thing, or, you know what I mean by
sending in a new player.
Yes. I mean, he refreshes his percentage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but it's just so back and forth right now. Both of these players are having their moments. It just, Zeke Reds was able to have his moment be a little bit brighter here. Again, this KO punch, about ready to come up. Go Meter, about ready for Terry as well. There it is. Both players have their comeback mechanics up and ready, able to make it back to stage. And here's where it gets a little scary for Little Mac because you're off stage, not able to hit one of those super, super powerful attacks. But the KO punch does wear off. It's gonna be having to look for something from the base kit there again. Grono barely able to make it back to stage, but must have tried to roll through, just gets caught. Is Zeke Reds able to end off this first game, only losing one stock?
Yeah, now this is, we got what we wanted. Let's see Luigi let his friends play. But Zeke Reds is going to be, he only lost one stock there. And, like you said, with the tempo, he's definitely got, going into this next set, just kind of a positive mindset. So I feel like shutting down this kind of, advantage that Fisher has right now and kind of just going through the rest of those stocks there is going to be kind of the way that SNHU really wants to, shape up the following set here. Just kind of, whittle down at least one or two stocks and kind of just, ease that edge off for the rest of the players that are coming.
You ever hear the saying, play lame, win games?
No.
Okay. Well, now you have.
Now I have.
I think that is an impeccable strategy into a Little Mac, because Little Mac does not like it when the opponent plays lame, because he has no way to respond to that. His aerials are awful.
Being campy or just
campy,
jumping around.
Heavily prioritizing aerials, just doing a little bit of circle camping, getting those projectiles out. All I'm saying is we have a NECC on the team.
Yeah.
I think that if I'm, in my mind's eye, I see the NECC coming out, but I don't know. They might have something else cooking up in the kitchen. I don't know. I'm just opening up the third eye for a brief moment.
What's the third eye gonna see?
Third eye is trying to read the NES.
Okay.
That's what's showing up in the crystal ball, so to speak. Just because I feel like NES Little Mac is such a favorable matchup for NES. You know, there's a reason why I'm back here and I'm not playing with the team, because I don't have all the answers.
Yeah, I cannot. I mean, I wouldn't be able to take a percentage off. I wouldn't be able to touch them.
Yeah, I'm just real good at speculating.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here, but
Has the stream seen our Lego guy?
I don't know.
It's right there.
Unfortunately, missing a head, but
He is missing a head and legs. But he's got some pretty nice overalls on.
There you go. Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
Nice pair of overalls. But NordVPN is going to be coming up next, and I believe, unless I am sorely mistaken, or he does a little bit of switch up on me, that he is going to be playing the NES here. My third eye, for the one time that it has been open all semester, is correct.
It's correct?
I am 1-0. Unless I'm not.
The commentator's curse has finally been broken.
Don't say that.
It's finally been broken. You just broke it right now.
For a brief moment, mayhaps.
Okay, but how are you going to know if it's lifted? I'm pretty sure it's lifted.
Well, no.
No, I'm pretty sure it's lifted.
You are far more optimistic than me, my friend, but I do think the NES is really the best option they have right now, because what does Little Mac do into a NES, especially on a stage with platforms? What do you do?
Well, you usually pick the stage without the platforms, and then you go from there.
Yeah, and if you can't pick the stage without the platforms?
Well, you kind of just
Cry a little bit?
Hope they don't jump.
Yeah.
Just disable that button from them.
Yeah, just go into the controller, open it up, grab your soldering iron.
Just pluck that one in. Don't need that. Nope.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame. Controller's malfunctioning on both of your jump buttons.
I'm distracted with the leaves.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty. It's a nice texture. Kind of like silk. Silk is one of the finest textures. You know how they make silk?
I don't.
It's actually spider web.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a bunch of spider web kind of woven together. And that's why it's so expensive and is luxury, basically. But nothing beats some good denim. Like Lego Man's overalls. Sometimes he doesn't want to feel it and he puts a shirt on underneath. But me, I just rock that overalls over on my shirt skin.
We are rocking into this next game here. NordVPN coming out on the NES here. Small battlefield, not the worst stage for Little Mac, but definitely not the best. Gonna be expecting NordVPN to play around these platforms, play around these aerials, and more importantly, play around these projectiles that he has. Already, though,
a lot of percentage coming out here from Ezekiel, finding a lot of damage, and that shield is taking a beating right now. But
yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about Little Mac is just he hits so hard.
Yeah.
He has all the downside in the world, except for the fact that he just hits you like a freight train, just like that. Forward smash from center stage, no less, is already able to secure the stock here. And with KO punch up, you can't shield that. That's going to hit through platform, apparently. And that's another stock taken very, very quickly. But finally, it seems like NordVPN is able to get a little bit of stage control here. Might be able to start cooking something up. But, I mean, look at the shields that Zeke is throwing out. Using the super armor really, really effectively on the smash attacks.
Will he be able to cook?
Yeah.
How hot is the PK fire? Is he cooking right now?
I mean, as best he can, the counter, bold play, but not working out. The KO punch ready is gonna hit through platform. Gonna expect it to be waiting for that. Just you gotta find something. You gotta avoid this KO punch, and for NordVPN, you gotta try and take this stock. There we go. That KO punch is down. The SDI out of the PK fire means that it's not going to do much, and here's your punish opportunity. You whiff it. Oh, that's so unfortunate, but the opportunities still aplenty for NordVPN here. There's the ledge guard, able to take the stock, sitting at 130, and that is not a place you want to be into Little Mac. The two forward tilts are going to secure that stock, but Zeke sitting with only one stock remaining.
Yeah, Zeke going crazy on the Little Mac right now. And that's going to be, I mean, he's got one stock left. So you just got to play a little bit. What do you say? Play lame, win games?
Yes, sir. That's the one.
You just got to play a little bit lamer.
I think the problem is our players are too good at playing cool.
They are just a little bit too cool for Little Mac.
Indeed. Just, I don't know. You got to play a little bit lamer, or you just beat him at his own game. Which is just
play Little Mac?
Punch.
Oh, okay.
Just doesn't have to be Little Mac. Preferably someone with a better recovery, more than a singular option.
Yeah.
But just play that rush down mirror. Try and get something. If you're able to secure stock quick, prevent him from using that KO punch, because that's really where Zeke has been so good, is being able to execute on those KO punches. But I do believe we have Bobson coming up.
I don't think he's missed a KO punch yet.
No, any KO punches that haven't landed weren't because they missed. It's because they ran out of time.
Yeah.
Which only so much you can do about that. If you can't find the opportunity, get hit a couple too many times, you're just going to lose that KO punch. It's just the motion of the ocean, so to speak.
But I mean, I feel like the longest time you spend in that KO punch kind of mini game there is actually looking for the opportunity when you have the KO punch.
It's mind games.
You can sit on it for a really long time. Yeah,
because even if you never press it, the threat of that KO punch is so high that it's going to completely change the dynamic of the game.
And I mean, you got to at least respect it a little bit, right? Like, you're a madman if you walk into a Little Mac with the KO punch.
Yeah, no, you're crazy. You're wild.
Yeah.
You got something cooking that I don't fully understand. That KO punch comes out so quickly, so it really just, you have to respect it, like you said.
And like you said, mind games, right? Like, that's my logic when I run into the Little Mac with full KO punch, is I'm like, he's not going to use it. That's the mind game. He's not going to punch me right now.
Well, because that's you're a real traditional fighting game player.
And then he punches me and I die.
Yeah. But you're a real traditional fighting game player, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like once Little Mac has that KO punch up, I feel like we start to delve into footsies territory in a traditional fighting game sense, where you just kind of have to wait and hope that you don't get a little too aggressive and make that mistake.
What do you mean by real traditional fighting game, though?
I mean,
are you saying Smash isn't a fighting game?
I mean, it's a platform fighter.
Okay.
That is a subgenre of fighting games.
Yeah, but it's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game, but it's not a traditional fighting game.
Okay. Just clearing the way.
It's a platform fighter.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what you want from me.
Okay.
But anywho, now that we have settled that, not in Smash, in peaceful fashion, it's just tough to play into Little Mac. Because despite all of his downsides, he just hits harder than basically anyone else in the game. I'm fairly sure. It's a lot of armor. I mean, has that KO punch. Is really fast. All of his ground moves are good.
He's just not someone you want to be in the same room as, I feel like.
No, you got to play a character that does not touch the ground.
Yeah, it can be at least 3 rooms away or in the air.
Yeah, the way to beat Little Mac is either you beat him in the rushdown or you camp him out. The camp him out strategy wasn't quite working out there, but with Bobson coming out on the Mii Brawler, let's see if the rushdown v rushdown is going to favor Bobson here. Plus, Bobson was kind of turning it up a little bit in that last game against the Mega Man, so I have some confidence that we're gonna see something nice once we get into game here. But
I want to see a fox.
You want to see a fox?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Well, I think Fox would just dumpster Lil Mac.
I mean, Fox dumpsters most characters in most Smash games.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want, man.
Spaceys are good.
I just want to see Falco and Fox.
But yeah, I mean, it's really just kind of a difficult scenario right now for SNHU because not only they're down a game in the set, they have 6 stock remaining. That's 2 players, which isn't bad, but it's definitely not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that Mega Man is waiting in the wings.
It is, yeah.
The sheer threat of that is absolutely terrifying.
I didn't think about that. I was just kind of, set my mind on Little Mac for a little bit too long, and it kind of just blipped out of my
there's
non-object permanence brain. So,
dude, there's such different characters that I don't blame you. I would kind of rather not think about Mega Man most of the time.
Yeah, me too.
I am a rushdown enjoyer. Mm-hmm. I'm a low tier enjoyer. So
I don't want to think about Mega Man. I don't really want to think about
Mega Man,
Kant, or I don't want to think about Banjo and Kazooie that much.
Well, nobody thinks about Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, as we are being told in our headsets, Kresnik did for about a week.
Okay.
And then went back to Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. There are a lot of characters in this game. I just don't want to think about it. I play Kirby and Donkey Kong. I have no room to speak.
There's a solid roster.
A solid roster of low tiers, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I play Zelda and Toon Link. So
Toon Link.
Big Link.
Not even Young Link.
No, you said this before. I'm a Toon Link player. Why would I even touch Young Link when I got the
better
Wind Waker better Link?
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you there.
Okay, I'm not arguing the games. I do think Ocarina of Time is better than Wind Waker, but
ooh, okay, we're getting controversial here.
A little bit controversial.
You can't leave us together for too long, because then these kind of conversations start, and then we start getting into the Wind Waker Ocarina of Time debate.
We forgot. What's your favorite material, like shirt, like corduroy, sometimes denim, silk, polyester, cotton?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
What do you got? Like cotton, kind of like polyester cotton mix. It looks like.
Yeah, I think it's more cotton because it's
soft.
It's a thicker. It's soft, but it's like a thicker T-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't personally think about the materials of my clothes all that often.
Some people have to think a lot about it.
Well, yeah,
Mormons.
Fair.
They can't touch their clothes.
Fair. Yeah, but I am not one of those people. I make silly little video game assets. Here at SNHU.
I'm not either,
and then I do this. And our dress code is not we're not walking into fires or anything. We can kind of wear what we want.
Really? Yeah.
It's a nice little perk of the job here.
I got sweatpants on right now. You can't see them, and I got my Carhartt.
I wasn't gonna mention it because you're kind of dripped out right now.
A little dripped out, but I got kind of lax fit, I guess.
It's because you're chilly out. I'm not gonna blame you for that.
Thanks. Chilling.
We
are both just chilling right now.
I mean, we kind of are.
So is the internet. It's a little bit too slow.
Yeah, we are just in case anyone was wondering, we are just waiting to. There was a little bit of network lag in that last game, so both teams just kind of trying to figure that out right now.
By figure it out, we mean wait for it to.
I mean, Nintendo online services are functional.
Yeah.
So we have just received an update. Zeke's Switch has stopped functioning.
Okay.
So Fisher Northeast is going to be sending in a different play. So we're going to see someone else. Quackers is popping off right now.
Hey, a win's a win.
A win's a win, he says.
I mean,
took him out.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest.
Someone called like Nintendo or something. Said, get that guy Switch.
The NECC championship is one thing. Bricking an opponent's Switch in the middle of a set, that's a whole nother level. I think that's the real dub right there.
We got agents everywhere. never know where they're going to be next, and it just happened to be at Zeke's Switch.
I don't know. With how many SNHU commercials, I might believe you on that one.
I know. We are a little bit of everywhere, so do watch your back.
So, I'm just being the messenger here. It is the understanding that Zeke is now officially eliminated
Okay.
from this game. So he's out. So I don't know who Fisher plans on sending in. The only other person we've seen is that Mega Man.
Let's see Luigi.
I mean, I hope that we see.
It's like a Pokemon battle.
All due respect to Blitz Luigi, I hope we don't see him. Just because I would like to see some more characters come out here.
Let's give him some credit. He let his friends play. So now
He did.
His reward is let him play again.
The S at the end of friends implies
Let his friend play.
let his friends play.
Yeah, he let his friend play.
Yeah.
Which was Zeke, and then his Switch suffered the consequences.
Yeah, I mean,
So, really, you can blame Blitzy Luigi.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it. you said it. I didn't.
So, if you're ever wondering, Riku on Pokemon Trainer is going to be the next pick here from Fisher coming up.
I got my wish.
Yep. Friends. Now we can say friends.
Friends, we can. And Pokemon Trainer is like 3 characters, so
See, let his friends play with characters. 3 characters.
we are just thrilled to be here. But hopefully, knock on wood or whatever other substance is in the area around you. Hopefully, all of our tech issues have been resolved.
Well, there's still one on this desk that is unresolved, other than the missing head Lego Man. So we got 2 pop filters. What are we gonna do with it?
I mean, I don't know.
Can I have it?
Do you want it?
A little bit.
Sure.
Thanks.
But getting into game here, 9-6 in favor of Fisher Northeast right now in terms of stocks. This Pokemon Trainer pick could be pretty sick, but we've seen plenty of Bombson here putting in a lot of work throughout the semester, and it's really just about who's going to get into Advantage State first, and it seems like Riku is going to be the one to do that.
Yeah, Riku popping off with a nice little combo at low percentage there with Squirtle switching off into the Ivysaur to kind of zone a little bit better. Making it very difficult for Bobson to get back in here, but Riku off the edge now. Bobson looking for some kind of opportunity here, and that's when Riku switches over to this Charizard, a little bit heavier of a hitter there, and could possibly confirm a kill.
But I'm a little confused as to the Charizard switch. I feel like at this juncture in the game, Ivysaur is just better. Especially into a rushdown character like me Brawler. You don't want to put out a big body into a character with so many hitboxes, but apparently you can just do that and secure a stock. So maybe I should bite my tongue. I told you the commentator curse was going to be back.
It's not lifted yet, so you can rest assured that we can still curse things, just like how Bobson's gonna not lose.
Okay.
Or wait, Bobson's gonna lose, right? That's the commentator curse. Now he's gonna win, right?
You've covered all your bases, so something is gonna happen. But in the meantime, the Ivysaur swap coming back through. Lot of damage here. The pressure is on. Bobson not able to make it back to stage. That recovery just not quite good enough. And I mean, Riku is just kind of putting on a clinic right now. Sitting at 102% though. Not great into a Mii Brawler. One good move is going to secure this stock, but it's just a matter of making it happen right now, and that is just unfortunate. I think just the DI might not have been quite right there. Maybe was anticipating that up B, and Bobson gets knocked down just as fast as he came in.
Yeah, and that was a nice executed set there from Riku. Another face we got to see from Fisher's cast, just going crazy there, and it seems like they got a full stacked roster of really good players.
Yeah, I mean,
It's Fisher.
It's Fisher.
Yep.
I don't want to be like I don't want to be that guy, but it's Fisher. They're good.
They do that. They're good.
This guy is blue. Well, technically, this guy is not blue right now. It's very dark
It's very dark.
because
The sky is only blue because of the atmosphere.
correct. We're just really busting out all of the obscure trivia right now.
I know a lot of things in this big noggin. Look how big my forehead is. I got a huge brain up there.
Do you want to talk about having a big forehead?
Well, I'm just saying I got a big brain up there. Okay, we both got big brains. What's the fact you want to share with us?
If I'm not mistaken, pumpkins are berries.
Seriously?
But yeah,
Because of their seeds or why?
I believe it's just the way that they grow.
They grow on a vine.
Yeah.
Huh. That kind of makes sense.
I
Maybe you just tricked me, but it does make sense.
I don't think I tricked you. I firmly believe that is my go-to fun fact.
Okay.
Because I think that it's a very fun fact.
They're a big berry. They're a huge berry. But
They are in a class of their own, perhaps.
maybe.
There's a reason why the gourd classification exists.
Wait. Well, yeah, but all the gourds are similar to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of. Like eggplants are gourds. I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah. I'd guess.
But
But-
anyway, that's a lot of gourd talk.
Mhm.
Far more than I ever expected outside of Halloween.
Mhm.
We're a little bit late to the party there, but I believe we have Quackers coming through here, expecting the Pokemon Trainer Ditto here, so that's going to be interesting.
You can't switch your current person that's in right now until they get eliminated.
Correct.
Right. So the Ditto is imminent. There's nothing you can do about it.
Unless Quackers just decides to play not his main, which I suppose is possible. Maybe he's been
Maybe
cooking up
he
in the
knows
lab.
exactly what to play against Pokemon Trainer and he picks it.
Pokemon Trainer.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. He knows what to pick. He doesn't want to play against the Pokemon Trainer, so he picks Pokemon Trainer.
Quite literally a Pokemon battle right now. What I'm noticing, though, Quacker's starting off on the Charizard, a bit of an odd pick to start off here. And it's so difficult to play a big body into a fast multi-hit character like Squirtle. But
Yeah, Riku has type advantage right now, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to actually get in. But now switching to the Ivysaur, it's going to have these aerials to just edge guard so hard there.
what a wonderful switch up there. Knew exactly what his game plan was, but that's a very, very quick response from Quackers. On the back foot right now, but definitely not out of it just yet. Just secured that first stock, and now Quackers is the one that's cooking up some stuff right here. Getting a very, very nice little combo there. 50% already racked up.
And now switching over to this Ivysaur, the Ditto.
That was a really nice swap too. Almost used that like a spot dodge midair to get out of that Ivysaur up air from Riku there. Real nice play coming out from both players right now, but it seems like Quackers is in the driver's seat a little bit here. Again, swapping out to that Charizard. The up smash hits, does not kill. We have a Charizard mirror here. The Flare Blitz comes out. Quacker's able to make it back to stage, but not able to do so safely. Ends up making it back to 140%. Quacker's not in the best of sorts right now. Has to swap to the Squirtle to try and make it back in center stage here. Might just die. Gets star KO'd off that down throw there. I don't know if I've ever seen that particular interaction there, but at 103, Riku's also not in the best shape right now.
Yeah, Quackers is kind of working with the advantage right now, and it seems like Riku is kind of just a hit away right now from actually securing a kill, and it looks like he's going to try to rack up a little bit more percentage with that Squirtle there, looking for a combo, or maybe just switching back to the Ivysaur is looking for the Charizard again.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I mean,
Vine Whip through the stage.
yeah, there's the up smash out of shield. Even game right now, but Quacker's sitting at 71. A couple of good combos from this Squirtle. Could do a really, really good chunk of damage. Have to find something quick. That is a sick jab reset. But DI too good. Quackers still just about able to make it back to stage. Is able to wait out the up smash as well. Very, very dangerous spot. Quackers can't really swap off this Charizard right now. Sitting at 140. Every other character is basically null and void right now. A non-factor. It's just this Charizard. And just getting outsped by this Squirtle from Riku there. That grab might prove disastrous. Gets a lot of knockback there, but not enough to kill. Able to make it back to stage, but that up B is going to secure it there. Riku not ending up unscathed, but securing the game for Fisher Northeast, cementing themselves a nice little playoff run. Unfortunately, SNHU Yellow going to be knocked out of the NECC here, but a very valiant effort and a great season for them here. There's going to be a lot for them to take into next semester. Really excited to see what they cook up for next semester. It's been a very, very good year for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, every second of that match, I feel like there was like a chance that SNHU had, and I feel like the way that Fisher played, like, you know, Riku on the Pokemon Trainer was just a really, really solid match that they put on here. So,
Absolutely. Well, that is it from us tonight. However, we got a busy week coming up.
what's going on?
Well, I am so glad that you asked. Of course, we have League of Legends tomorrow. We're going to be going up against Brooklyn College Maroon there. So
That's me.
that is you.
I do that.
You're not Brooklyn College, but,
No, but
but you like League
I
of
am League of Legends. Tune in tomorrow for League of Legends, which is me.
Yeah, he's dripped out now. Going to be dripped out tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm not a League of Legends guy, but
You better tune in.
come on, you got to tune in.
You better tune
It's
in.
it's
Don't
playoff.
talk to them. You better tune
It's
in.
playoff season, man. We all got to tune in. But outside of that and Overwatch on a Thursday, we have a couple of special little events happening in the near future. This weekend is a packed one. Not only do we have Granite State Grind on Saturday, signups still open online, and there will be door signups. All skill levels are welcome and encouraged. Even if you don't want to play, you can just show up in person or online, spectate, watch some great Super Smash Brothers action. We're both going to be there.
Yeah, but that's us.
That is us.
We are Super Smash Bros.
We are Super Smash Bros. And it is going to be a good one. Granite State Grind, always a super, super fun event. But if between those two things, you're still like, I want to watch some more Super Smash Brothers, we also have on Sunday the NHIAA Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Tournament also happening.
Do you know what that stands for?
Don't put me on the spot like that.
Sorry, I don't either.
It is the high school tournament that we ran last year. It was a very, very fun event, and that is where we first saw Thrigs actually show up. So we are told that it stands for the New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association. Think I got that right. In case you were curious, but keep your
Hard to
eyes
remember and hard to say.
keep your eyes peeled for that, because there's going to be some really good talent there. On Saturday as well, we have NHIAA Rocket League. So I know we've kind of been lacking a bit of Rocket League this semester. So if you want to see that
My other game, I guess.
that's your other game.
They took it away.
Unfortunate, but you're going to be able to get plenty of Rocket League action on Saturday as well. So be sure to look out for that. Otherwise, we have one little other event happening very, very soon. We are running a Thankmas stream on December 7th. Going to be working on a charity stream. If you're not familiar with Thankmas, it's a big community event where we all stream and raise money for charity. It's going to be a great event. We're going to be running a bunch of individual streams. Bunch of little individual streams. Going to be trying to run a couple of events. But for specifics on that, keep your eyes peeled on our Discord. And, speaking of keeping your eyes peeled on our Discord, you should keep your eyes peeled on all of our social media, including the Twitch channel that you're on right this moment,
Or Twitter.
our Twitter, our Instagram, our TikTok, our Discord, everywhere. If
Guess
you
what our handle is for most of those?
what is it?
It's at SNHU Esports.
So simple, so clean, so nice. Follow us there on every platform imaginable. You will not miss a thing that we do here in the Connection Esports Arena or across campus. And like I said, it's a busy week, so you're going to want to keep up with our socials.
Yeah, I mean, got so much going on, so it's the only way you're going to be able to keep up.
Absolutely. And you're not going to want to miss a thing. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff happening in the next week or so. So we hope to see you sticking around for all of these events. Always very, very fun times. Every single one of them. But unless you have anything else to add, I believe that wraps us up for tonight.
I think I'm, done and ready to throw in the oven.
Done and ready to throw it in the oven. Well, that cooks. We are going to be headed out for the night. Thank you all so much for tuning in, either in person or online via Twitch. It's been a pleasure to watch Super Smash Bros. With you all semester, and I hope that you stick around for the plethora of events that we have in the coming days. So stay safe.
See you around.
We'll see you around.